Spot Ethereum ETF set to begin trading today. The SEC approved ETF applications from 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, Fidelity iShares, Benek, and Franklin Templeton, along with Invesco Galaxy.
The Ethereum ETF is live, but if you want to make money in crypto, you got to get ahead of the trend. And so today we're looking at 3 altcoins that are poised to pop off the Ethereum ETF news. I'm going to go ahead and warn you. Number 3 is Solana, and I'm going to tell you exactly where I'm a buyer and exactly where I'll be selling my Solana bags. So let's go ahead and dive right into the video. Coin number 1 that we're going to be looking at, everybody, is going to be Polkadot. There was some ETF news with Polkadot trying to be the 3rd altcoin listed after Ethereum and after Bitcoin, and Coinbase was making some major moves trying to gear up for the Polkadot ETF. However, the paperwork did not go through. We were expecting, potential framework to start on July 15th, 2024. A lot of people thought the ETH ETF could go live around this time as well. However, it did not, but there are Polkadot ETP products, which is exchange-traded product, which would be a future-based instead of a spot-based. And so the groundworks are lined up for Polkadot to potentially be number 3. But what about price action? We're going to talk about price action on all 3 of these coins. I saw someone post this here, and it just made me think about the liquidation heat map. So we decided to try to find some levels where Polkadot is going to have max pain point for the traders, and you can see one to the upside. So we have a bullish target for Polkadot at $6.50, and we also have a bearish target right around $5.10. But what are the charts telling me? Well, we dove in, and folks, I found something very, very telling that we covered a couple weeks ago, but now it might be a lot closer to playing out. Now, Polkadot, we had this trade right here. This was the little bit of a bullish divergence where we saw the RSI heading up as the price headed down. We posted this trade. We did great on this trade, closed the trade way too early. I will say that. But back here, you can see the RSI touched 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. But right here, we have only touched twice, everybody. Boom, boom. So we still might be expecting the RSI to be reset to the downside, potentially pushing the price down to this little trend line that we have formed. And coincidentally, it is pretty close to that max pain point for the leverage trader. So a lot of exchanges make a lot of money if it gets pushed down to this level. And so, all the more reason why Polkadot could be a massive, massive buy if we end up touching some of these levels. I expect a really, really good bounce. If we look last time we had this RSI divergence, Polkadot had a gigantic pump of about 155% in a little over 2 months. And so I'd expect, maybe not 155%, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 100% pump off Polkadot in just about 2 months' time. All right, token number 2 that we're going to be looking at, and we're saving Solana for the final, everyone, is going to be Ondo. Ondo price action revealed a breakout rally set to pick up pace with the broader recovery, despite facing opposition from the 50-day EMA. Well, we're going to look at the charts 1 second, but I saw this person. I want to give him a shout out. Hard Abs, I guess they're doing sit-ups while they're looking at the charts here. Hard Abs posted this little bit of a trend line followed by the little bit of a breakout. Now, this was 4 days ago, and so we're actually going to see how this breakout performed. Said money flow went to the green. It didn't quite play out. Well, there's the trend line right there. And you can see we actually closed that daily 2-3 days ago, about 2.5 days ago. So he was posting about it, broke above the trend line, closed a candle above the trend line, closed a second candle above the trend line, and now we have just recently fallen below the trend line. So what is my target for Ondo? Well, folks, I DCA'd not that long ago. I think even now is a good time to buy, but you'll see a little bit of a trend line on the bottom, and that's going to tell me exactly where I would be a buyer of Ondo. And if you just see how the bottoms just lined up perfectly, we're pretty close to within striking range, everybody. I would wait for a retest for this yellow line, which would be around 94 cents. But hey, if you want to buy Ondo at $1, I think your future self will thank you. But 94 cents could be a really good opportunity, especially if you want to long that. All right, token number 3. I said it's Solana. Why should you bet on Solana? Well, there's a lot of chatter that Solana will be the 3rd ETF to launch after Ethereum. There's a lot of big money who wants to make that happen and is working behind the scenes to make it happen as we speak. Well, Kyle Chassis, he's viewing the Ether ETFs as a major bullish event for the entire altcoin market. He believes validation in the U.S. will pave the way for similar altcoin products in the future. Now, we're going to look at the charts right after we just kind of glance at this tweet, basically just saying the Solana and Solano ecosystem is going to have tremendous upside, and his thesis, outflows from ETH are going to go into the strongest token plus ecosystem, which is by far Solana. Now, some people might make the argument, well, BNB has a higher market cap, but I will say in America, the attention is going to be on Solana. And also, the other people will say, hey, Tether is bigger too. But I could see Solana, being in that contention. When they have an $80 billion market cap, there's a lot of money who wants to see Solana get pumped, and there's a lot of money who wants a Solana ETF. All right, when it comes to the charts for Solana, I found little Jim here. His name is Best Analyst. I guess there's more than one. We have been in the industry since 2016. And so he just posted this about the Solana's daily chart, indicating a W bottom pattern, which is signaling a little bit of a correction before we have an upward trend. Now, this tweet is from this morning, just a couple hours ago, contingent on the daily candle not closing below the support zone. Well, this is the W pattern he's speaking of right here. You can see, up, back down to the downside. And so we could potentially test the top of the middle of the W. If we were to do it from right here at this price that we're at right now, you're looking at about an 11% drop. So about a 10% correction for Solana. So, hey, maybe you see it drop about 17 bucks. But when he was talking about this W pattern formation, Deezy found something in the chart. So go ahead and smash that like button if you like what I'm doing here. I found a larger W pattern within, once you zoom out of the smaller W pattern here, you can kind of see it forming. Bing, bang, boom, bong. All right, so where does this lead us in the charts? Well, typically, you're going to want to test the top side of this W on the left side. Sometimes it's leaning, sometimes it's at an angle, sometimes the W is drunk. Or George Bush joke there. Sometimes I run, sometimes I cry. So we look here, it looks like we have a potential to hit, I wouldn't say the top part of this part of the W, I would say this part for sure, and that gives us a $204 Solana. Now, if we were to try to measure that from here, $204 is going to be a pretty nice 16% pump to the upside. And then after that, I would expect it to fall back down to the top of the W here, so in the middle part. So if we were to measure from the top and then fall back down to the W, then maybe an 8% correction. So I would be looking to maybe take some profits a little bit above $200. I think a lot of people are going to be looking at for this 204 number. So maybe 202, 201 wouldn't be a bad area to take profits and potentially put it into a faster horse or wait for a pullback. But be careful with Solana. Solana can leave the station, and you don't want to be left outside in the rain when it does. And folks, this is only day one of the Ethereum ETF trading. And if you're wondering how's it going, well, I got the freshest data for you. This is from the Bloomberg bro himself, Eric Balchunas. He's a senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg. 44 minutes ago, he posted nearly $600 million so far, on pace to hit $1 billion by end of day, which would be exactly 20% of the 4.6 billion that Bitcoin ETFs did on day one, which would nail their prediction. So we're coming along basically where we're expecting. It is bullish. It's not super bullish, but it's not bearish either. And so typically this is going to be great for all the altcoins, especially the 3 on my radar. So let me know, what is the 4th altcoin that I missed? And I'll see you in your altcoin bags at the top.